Hey friends, it's Ruben with Hi-Fi MIDI. Thanks for joining me for this live stream where I'm going to be covering Synchron Prime Edition by Vienna Symphonic Library, and as well as holding a giveaway, which is going to take place on Friday, this Friday. So if you're out there, I want to wait until a few more of you come online and let me know if you can hear the sound coming from my system, because I got a new computer, new interface, and I just set it up today. So before I go any further, I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. That way I'm not just moving my mouth. All right, let me go ahead and go into my Cubase view. Whoops. So once again, if you're out there, say hi. So this is a Synchron player, and this is where all the Vienna Symphonic libraries are held. And Synchron Prime Edition comes in precision mode, which, like any other Synchron library, you can access all the presets here, the patches. Hey Janice, thanks for joining. All the mixer presets. But one of the new features in this software is Prime Flow. So rather than the old system where you click on your instrument family and then your patches over here, or your patch presets, populating the dimension tree, we have this new icon right here, which is called Prime Flow, and this gives you this nice, cool new interface. It's really simplified. Let me turn off my fan real quick. I'm not sure if you can hear that in there. So it's very simple. I love the layout. It shows an orchestral layout. And what Synchron Prime Edition is, if you've never heard of it, it's an all-in-one orchestral sample library. And this is intended for people who are maybe just getting into orchestral sample libraries, or maybe you don't have one. And this is going to have all the essentials. So I love this layout because you see your instrument families right here, your strings, woodwinds, whirlwinds, horns and brass, and then your percussion in the back. When you click on one of these, this right preset window is going to have all the instruments in that instrument family, which you can quickly select. And I'm going to go ahead and open strings. So here we have harp, we have divisi, first violins, second violins, violas, cellos, basses, and then we have the full strings. We have compact and full range. Then we have first violin 6 players. So this is a smaller setup right here. So you have lots of choices here. I'm going to go ahead and choose strings full range. This is one I like to use. So you just click it once and it loads very quickly. This entire library is about 31.4 gigabytes, I believe. So it's pretty small compared to other sample libraries out there. It's not going to use a lot of your RAM, but I love this setup right here because you see the instrument on the left side. Here's a violin. And here you have your dynamics, which are controlled by the mod wheel. Then humanization is going to add a human element to it, which is rather than playing the note in tune immediately, it's going to vary the pitch a little bit. So I'm going to give you an example of that. So that's very in tune. And when we raise the humanization, it may be hard to hear for some, but you're going to hear this fluctuation in the pitch. So I hear this little dip in the sound, in the pitch, and then it gets in tune again. Timbre is going to control the brightness or darkness of the sound. Expression, of course, controls the volume of the sound. So when you couple expression with dynamics, you get a lot smoother transition between those. a very beautiful sound. Then in the center, we have our articulation window. And this comes with maximum of 5. So here on F7, we have staccato. And here in the performance window, we have agile and bold. And this is going to change depending on how you play. So if I play a note with very quickly, it's going to automatically change to agile. The great thing about this is that you don't have to set it up yourself. If you play slower, it's going to use the bold staccato. So agile being shorter and bold being a little bit longer. Then G7 is pizzicato. A7 is long. And you're going to have the choice of legato or non-legato. Legato is going to be monophonic, I believe. Then if we turn it off, we can play chords. Very beautiful. As you can see in the middle, we have 3 different articulations. We have soft, normal, and marcato. And this is going to react the same way. It's going to respond to your playing. If I play with a very low velocity, so softly, it's going to play soft. And it's not just the dynamic, it's the attack of the note. So it's going to ease in, and then I can set a normal or soft release. So I can have it fade out slowly or quickly. Let's use soft. So there's a longer tail after I release the keys. This is so beautiful. Let's go back to normal. And then I'm gonna use marcato, so I'm gonna hit it a little harder. Now marcato is gonna give you that accented sound. On the right side, the top corner, we have our different sound presets, so you can get a close, intimate sound. Which is going to give you a little more detail in the sound. Here's classic. So here you get more of that room sound. Then wide. Distance is going to give you more of the room sound, more reverb. Let me change that to long. Hi Stuffy, thanks for joining. And here's ambience. And then lush. So not only do you get these reverb presets or room presets, but you get control over it. So on this mic balance wheel, we can make it intimate. So that sounds like it's right in your face. And then ambient's going to sound distant. And then effects and reverb, you can control how much of that is in your signal. You can hear more of this with staccato. That's completely dry right there. And one of the coolest features on this is the universal articulation or universal key switch. This is going to layer different different articulations. This sort of reminds me of the Vienna Instruments and Vienna Instruments Pro, where you can stack different articulations and have them behave a certain way depending on how quickly you play it or your velocity. And this makes it very fun to play if you're a keyboardist, if you like to input things on keyboard rather than programming them in. So let me show you this. This is tremolo, and I'm going to actually switch it to legato. So right now I'm playing at a normal velocity. As I play harder, it switches over to staccato. So no need for key switches. This is great. This is great if you want some inspiration, if you're trying to come up with musical ideas, rather than having to program in all those articulation changes in your MIDI editor, you can just play them. Again, you can change the release here. Let's go back. I want to listen to different instruments here. Horns, we have a wide selection. So it's going to have all your basic needs. Trumpet 1, B-flat trumpet 1, B-flat trumpet 2, 4 players, horns, 6 players. Let's listen to horns. Actually, horns, 6 players. So here we have sforzatissimo and sforzato and regular. When I play it hard, it's going to give me that attack. Oh, it doesn't go that high. Then let's choose another instrument. Woodwinds. This is a hard one to get. But I found that I really love their flutes. Here we have control over vibrato by CC20. So if you have a MIDI controller with knobs and faders, this is going to be great for you. What I love about this too is how quickly you get to change an instrument. Sometimes I hate the process of setting up all the instruments, opening up the plugin and then choosing my patches or choosing my presets, choosing the right sound or the right room preset. It takes a long time sometimes. And if you're a professional, if you're doing this all the time, you're probably going to have Vienna Ensemble or Vienna Ensemble Pro to take care of that. You have all your instruments loaded. But if you don't, this is a great starter. And the great thing about this is the quick load times and the low use of RAM, because this is not taking up a lot of space. Right now I'm only taking up 47 megabytes. So what else are we going to listen to? Let's listen to the oboe. Oboe's another hard one to get right. All right, so let's make some music. And if I notice anything different in the interface, depending on the instrument, I will stop and talk about it. But I'm gonna play some Dvorak. So let's choose some strings. And I'm gonna get this wrong because I don't have the sheet music in front of me. I'm just doing this by memory, but I wanna be inspired and create something beautiful. So I'm gonna choose strings as my first instrument. Let's set the tempo to 65. All right, and I'm going to choose the long notes. So you actually can have legato. I think maybe it supports polyphonic legato. If you're very familiar with this piece, please don't criticize me for getting any part wrong, but I just want to create something beautiful and feel inspired. I'm humming the melody in my head. Okay, I think I meant to start with horns, but somebody asked a question. How does it sound when you bend notes, and is it sampled, or I think it says bend, it's covered by a little emoji. So how does it sound when you bend notes, and is it sample or physical modeling? So this is going to be sample based. That's why it requires 31 gigabytes of storage space. However, the footprint is really small, 0.94 gigabytes, but that has all the articulations loaded on this. This is why they require 16 gigabytes of memory to use this, because it is a professional library at the end of the day. So let's go ahead and open up Brass. So what I did right here was I just duplicated the track. I have a hotkey for that. I think it's a lot faster like that. And I'm going to choose the horns. I'm going to take off legato. You know, as a matter of fact, I should have started with that. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and record that again. All right, that's very simple. The metronome volume is a bit loud and the strings are quiet. Yeah, so when I'm recording like this, I don't worry about the dynamics so much at the very beginning. I mean, I'm gonna play them quietly if I can, but the mixing part comes afterwards, so I will fix that. All right, let's go ahead and add some melody to this. And I'm gonna start naming these because I don't want to forget what they are. And then I'm going to choose, well, I'll name that one later. So this piece uses an English horn. That's not an English horn. There you go. And I want some vibrato on this. This is one of the most beautiful melodies I've ever heard. Okay, so this is where we start. I'll just start a little bit ahead. I think maybe I lost my place. 1 second. Okay. All right, I'm going to add the little tail at the end with another instrument. So let me go ahead and duplicate this. That was English horn. I'm going to add flute to double it on this part. I love whenever you combine flute and a reed instrument or a double reed instrument. It sounds beautiful. Okay. Hi, frankly. The metronome, okay, or horns in this case. Let's add some vibrato. So I love this immediately playing something, not having to wait. Let's go ahead and find this little spot right here. So the flute is going to come in on the high part. So beautiful. I love the flute. Okay, and then let's go ahead and open up another instance. Flute 1. And on this one, I'm going to give it a little bit of rhythm and play maybe a harp. So the harp only comes with regular and harmonics. That's all you need, really. You can create glissandos and just transpose it. All right, let's listen to this real quick. Okay, something I forgot to delete this. My bad. It's hard thinking of my workflow when I have people watching me. That's funny. All right, let's do this one more time. So I would fix that timing later on. I just want to show you how quickly you can get things done with this. Maybe let's add some glockenspiel. Flute. This is a harp. I use the Glock to add emphasis to certain notes and to keep bad people away. I'm kidding. Glockenspiel. So. Let's hear how it sounds. Maybe I won't like it. I'm not sure. Whoops. See, this is why I use a metronome, but I don't want to use it if it's too loud. Okay, that was quick. I might get rid of those bottom notes. Let me go ahead and go in here. And then create a new track. And I think I want to add some percussion. So here's Tempany. Tempany comes with single strokes. Comes with octaves. And and rolls. Now the ones I use the most are rolls and single strokes. The rolls, of course, because when you have those really cool crescendos, you can add that in and then finish it off with a single stroke on another note. And that's what I'm going to try to do here. Now I'll go ahead and go into this because I'm sure you've heard without the metronome, it's really hard to keep the perfect timing on there. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that these are lined up with one another. Maybe not on the strings actually, or the horns. More with the monophonic instruments. Ba-da-da. So maybe a quarter note quantize. And I'm going to do a soft quantize in Cubase. I love soft quantize because it keeps a human element to it. It doesn't perfectly quantize it. Sometimes it gets things wrong though. Here. So right here, this is going to be bad. But these are things that you fix later on when you listen to individual tracks. Bum, bum. But maybe I should have set it to eighth notes actually. There you go. The great thing about this is that you can do it after the fact. Oops. Nope. So that needs to be fixed. That's bad. Okay, let me fix this real quick. This is, we have overlapping notes here. I do wish Cubase would let you overlap notes and just trigger them. Da, da, da. I need that to be an eighth note. Ba, ba, da, da. It might not be accurate. And then this one. I'll fix the other stuff later. Let's do Tempany. So Tempany, I'm actually going to have to set a keystroke here. And I could actually record it like this. So E1 to C1. Two, three, four. That's what I'm going to do. So with the timpani, you want to use that sparingly. Timpani is for those special moments. Unless you're singing Carmina Burana, in which case you play it all the time. All right, this was somebody help me. Glock. Glockenspiel. Such a fun instrument to pronounce. All right, maybe I want some cymbals, suspended cymbals. And this is going to be, should be the same. Actually, I thought this was going to have a roll. Oh, it does have a roll. And this roll has dynamics. Thank you. I appreciate it. With this one, I do hear those two different samples. So this makes me think that this was taken from their Vienna Symphonic Library or their Vienna Instruments Library. I recognize some of these instruments because I've been using VSL products for years. All right, so let's go ahead and try that. If it doesn't work, you know, actually I'm going to make this kind of dark. So let's hear this. Yeah, I think I like that. Oh, so where are we going to put it? All right, I'm going to fix the harp real quick because the timing is off. Let me go through this real quick. So I'm going to fix this. Eighth note, bum, bum. Sometimes you have to do these individual notes like this. And it can get tedious, but I actually like the process, so I'm not going to lie. And sometimes it gets messy like this. So here it's kind of late. You have to watch out with that you don't get these other notes that are not intended. Bum, bum, bum. So this one I'm going to actually drag manually because that's not going to fit with the eighth notes. This is why I should have stuck to my gut and used the metronome. I blame you. Who was it? Wavilo. I'm just kidding. So another thing I can do is just sort of drag it manually like this. That way it's sort of precise. Yeah, that was pretty bad right there, but I don't want to take too much of your time focusing on MIDI editing. So hopefully I got the gist of it. Let's add cymbals. And if this doesn't work, I'm going to delete the cymbal part. Let me make sure I know where that key is. So if this is C6, oh no, right here. Wait, is that C? C6. Oh, it is. There you go. So in this case, since you can hear the fortissimo roll kind of blend in there all of a sudden, this is where we would use expression at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and play this. Oh, I didn't record that. All right, now we see what CC number controls. It's the mod wheel that controls the dynamics. So mod wheel CC1, I'm going to open up that lane here in the MIDI editor. Let me go ahead and close that keyboard cam. And the logo too. We're going to go to modulation and create a line from piano to fortissimo. See, all of a sudden you hear that. I don't like that. So let's go ahead and see if expression helps out with that. We're going to do the same thing here. And we might need to adjust this tension here. A little better. Let me start with a higher starting point. All right, now let's listen with the rest of the track. All right, so I think I need a hit right there. So I'm going to go ahead and insert C4. Whoops. I think this needs to be longer. So let's start over here. And then let's go to mod wheel. That sounds a little bit more natural. The harp is bothering me right there. Bum, ba-dum. Oh yeah, it's way off. Let me drag this. These should be quarter notes here. You know, if all else fails, it's fun to re-record it. That's better. All right, it's ready to release on Spotify and Apple Music. Now, I just want to show you how quickly you can make something like this and how fun it is. So let's listen to some more sounds. As I said earlier, it has a full string section, but it also has smaller ensembles like the double basses, 6 players, double basses, 3 players. Let's listen to these. I should have opened it up a new track. 1 second. We have tremolo here, so it blends between them. So you're getting a lot for this. I think I have the price in the description. If any of you are interested in buying this, they do offer a 25% discount right now. It's on sale, and 45% off for students. However, if you do want to wait and see, try your luck, I am having a giveaway. I think they're giving me one, but I will ask for more if they will give me that, because I love it when you guys get stuff from my channel. All right. Yeah, I meant to say bend for the violins. Maybe you can show something later bending the violin sounds. Yes, I will try that. Solrak, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. So here's violins 1, our first violins. It can bend. It doesn't sound natural to me. I prefer using portamento, even though portamento is not really bending the note. It's more sliding to a different note. And portamento is going to be controlled with the sustain pedal. I love this actually. You can't see my foot right now. Maybe you can on the camera. I'm going to turn this on real quick. So every time I press the pedal, and I'm going to drag this over here, it triggers a portamento. Let's see if it does that. If it has a solo string. Oh, it doesn't have a solo string. But let's hear it with the 6 players instead of 14. All right, let's go ahead and listen to some of these other effects. There's sparkling. And I think this is going to use their built-in reverb. Beautiful. And then let's listen to whirlwinds. Here's a tin whistle. And if that's too quiet for you, you can always increase the output. Before you leave, can you show how the violin sounds when you bend it? I'm not sure if it's because of the delay. I did bend the note, but I'll do it again for you. This is a first violin. Actually, this is a second violin. We can do that. I think one of the reasons it doesn't sound natural to me is because when 5 players are bending a note at the same time, it's not going to sound perfectly aligned. So it sounds unnatural to my ear. And what else can we listen to? So we have Bansuri. Nice instrument. The Deezy. Shakuhachi. I always love this name. Nice world instruments. Brass. Let's do a tuba. Nice. And then here is 15 brass players. And here's the universal. That makes it so fun to play that universal setting. What do you guys think about it? Leave a comment below telling me what you think about this so far. The user friendliness, the flow. there's a I think that it's talking about workflow. This is going to make it very easy for a lot of us to come up with musical ideas on the spot. You know, if we want to switch an instrument very quickly, it has it set up in a very simple and efficient manner. So if you want to win this, please leave a comment below that says #Prime Edition. I'm gonna collect all the signatures, or not the signatures, the names of the people that wrote that out, including the people that watch this when this stream is no longer live. And you must be subscribed to my channel. That's the only requirement, or that's the second requirement, I should say. But I hope that you enjoyed this review and demo of Synchron Prime Edition. If you want to purchase this, I left a link in the description. It's not affiliate. I don't make any money off of it. I make money off of ads. So not much money either. But I really love doing this. And friends, thanks for watching. And I will see you next time. Take care.